In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Across countless star systems, civilizations burn, and armies clash in endless conflict. Yet one event would forever change humanity, the Horus Heresy. This was no ordinary rebellion. Whispers of corruption, promises of power, and the seductive pull of chaos spread among the Emperor's sons. Worlds were consumed by fire, heroes rose and fell, and the galaxy trembled as loyalty shattered. From throne to battlefield, the Imperium faced betrayal that would echo through millennia. Join us as the Emperor of Mankind was a godlike figure, uniting humanity across countless worlds. To enforce his vision, he created the 20 Space Marine Legions, genetically enhanced super soldiers, each a perfect instrument of war. Clad in sacred armor, they carried the weight of humanity's survival and the promise of order across the galaxy. Each Primarch led with skill, charisma, and unmatched power, commanding armies that could conquer entire star systems. Yet even this divine plan contained cracks. The seeds of betrayal had already begun to grow among those Horus Lupercal, the favored Primarch, was admired for his valor, skill, and charisma. He led legions to countless victories and inspired devotion among soldiers and citizens alike. But even the mightiest heroes are not immune to doubt. Whispers of corruption and ambition began to seep into Horus's mind, sowing seeds of rebellion. As victories mounted, so did the subtle temptations of chaos. Advisors warned, yet the allure of ultimate power and freedom from the Emperor's control grew stronger. Horus, once a shining symbol of loyalty. The forces of chaos are patient, twisting the hearts of the ambitious. Horus was tempted with visions of power, revenge, and liberation from the Emperor's strict rule. Doubts festered, and ambition slowly became rebellion. Chaos whispered in every shadow, turning loyalty into doubt and devotion into defiance. Horus's fall was inevitable, dragging entire legions into corruption. Campaigns once celebrated for victory now became instruments of devastation. Planets burned, brothers turned on each other, and the galaxy. As Horus fell, entire legions followed, betraying brotherhood and loyalty. Planets were consumed by fire, and battles raged across star systems. Loyalists fought desperately, but treachery was relentless. Heroes rose and fell, leaving destruction in their wake. The Imperium became a galaxy-wide battlefield, where friend and foe were often indistinguishable. The chaos of rebellion spread like wildfire, consuming everything it touched. Each victory came at a cost. Each defeat brought. Not all fell to Horus's corruption. Loyal Primarchs and their legions resisted, fighting across countless star systems. Battles were brutal, filled with heroism, sacrifice, and unimaginable horrors. Every victory came at a heavy cost. Every defeat brought devastation. Worlds burned, armies crumbled, and entire civilizations faced extinction. Yet hope persisted through courage and loyalty. Humanity teetered on the edge of annihilation, and every action carried consequences that rippled across the galaxy. The loyalty and bravery. The galaxy itself became a battlefield. Loyalist worlds faced devastation from overwhelming forces. Chaos spread through the warp, tearing reality apart, summoning demonic horrors that defied comprehension. Loyalist forces fought desperately, often against impossible odds. Entire systems were lost, their populations enslaved or destroyed. The conflict was no longer just political, it became metaphysical, a war where reality itself could fracture. The Imperium, once a symbol of order and stability, now struggled to maintain cohesion against the relentless tide of treachery and chaos. The galaxy trembled as friend and foe alike faced horrors that tested the very limits of courage, strength, and faith. Horus's ambition reached its peak with the Siege of Terra, the heart of the Imperium and the Emperor's throne world. Entire legions, corrupted by chaos, assaulted the gates of the Imperial Palace, determined to crush all who opposed them. Loyalist defenders fought with unmatched valor, yet the scale of the attack was staggering. Titanic war machines, artillery barrages, and endless ranks of soldiers clashed beneath Gothic spires and towering walls. Fires raged across the city, explosions shook the foundations, and the cries of battle echoed. The battle raged with unparalleled ferocity. Titans clashed in the skies, artillery thundered across the streets, and heroic warriors fell on both sides. Chaos and fire engulfed the Imperial Palace, and the weight of the galaxy seemed to hang upon each strike of blade and gun. Leaders emerged, both loyalist and traitor, shaping the outcome of battles that would be remembered for millennia. The Imperium watched with bated breath as the outcome of the heresy hung in the balance. Each tactical maneuver, each desperate charge, carried the consequences of countless lives. Heroes died, legions bled, and the fate of climax of the heresy, the Emperor confronted Horus aboard the traitor's flagship. Words of counsel and warning failed to sway Horus, whose heart had been consumed by chaos. Their duel shook the vessel, energy and fury colliding in blinding arcs of light. Every strike was laden with the weight of the galaxy's future, and the battle became a testament to both courage and tragedy. Ultimately, the Emperor's skill and resolve overcame his favored son. Horus fell, ending the rebellion, but the victory came at immense cost. The Emperor, gravely wounded, was interred within the Golden Throne, a life support device that would sustain him for millennia. His sacrifice ensured the survival of humanity, but the cost was immense. Countless worlds had burned, entire legions were fractured, and billions of lives were lost. The Imperium survived, but at a price no one could ignore. Loyal Space Marines guarded the Emperor's body, vowing to preserve his vision and uphold humanity's survival. The Golden Throne became a symbol of endurance, a beacon of hope, and a reminder that even gods can fall. From this point forward, Horus's corruption did not end with his death. Entire legions remained under chaos influence, spreading terror and destruction across countless systems. Demonic horrors infested worlds, consuming all who opposed them. The Imperium learned the hard truth: chaos never sleeps, and its influence lingers through time. The heresy became a cautionary tale, teaching vigilance against ambition, corruption, and betrayal. Humanity's survival depended not only on strength, but on unwavering loyalty and discipline. The events of the heresy shaped doctrines, military strategies, and from the flames of betrayal arose legends of heroism. Loyal primarchs such as Sanguinius, Rogel Dorn, and others became symbols of courage and sacrifice. Their deeds inspired generations, showing that loyalty and valor could resist even overwhelming odds. They became icons, their courage a rallying point for all who defended humanity. Battles were fought with bravery, strategy, and selfless sacrifice, shaping the future of the Imperium. These heroes' stories became immortalized in rituals, commemorations, and the memories of warriors across the stars. Despite the heroism, the Imperium remained fractured. Trust between worlds and legions was broken, and suspicion became law. Alliances were fragile, and the shadow of chaos lingered over every system. Every generation of humanity would now fight to preserve the Emperor's vision against endless rebellion and treachery. Vigilance became a daily necessity, with spies, inquisitors, and soldiers ensuring no corruption could spread. The heresy had proven that even the strongest could fall, and that loyalty was never guaranteed. Humanity's survival demanded harsh measures, rigid discipline, and unwavering faith. The Horus Heresy is a story of extremes. Loyalty and betrayal, courage and corruption, heroism and horror collided in a galaxy engulfed by war. Every choice had consequences, every act left scars, and every heart was tested. It defines the essence of the Warhammer 40K universe, where even the noblest intentions can be twisted and the darkest ambitions can consume heroes. Across countless worlds, stories of sacrifice and bravery inspire warriors and citizens alike. The heresy teaches that vigilance, courage, and faith are vital to survival. It also warns that from the heresy's ashes, the Imperium rebuilt itself into a fortress of vigilance. Massive walls, fortified bastions, and legions of space marines patrolled the borders, standing eternal against chaos. Fear and suspicion became pillars of governance. Mercy was rare, and justice harsh. Humanity's survival depended on discipline and loyalty. Every rebellion was crushed, every warp threat monitored, every traitor hunted. Yet hope persisted in courage, honor, and heroism. The doctrines, rituals, and institutions of the Imperium were shaped by the heresy, ensuring that humanity would. The echoes of the Horus Heresy reverberate through millennia, inspiring legends, wars, and countless tales. Every battle, hero, and villain owes something to the rebellion that nearly destroyed the Imperium. Scholars, soldiers, and chroniclers recount these events to preserve the lessons of loyalty, courage, and strategy. The galaxy remembers the sacrifices of the loyal and the treachery of the corrupt. The heresy became a living history, guiding new generations of warriors in their fight. Who love strategy, lore, or epic battles, the Horus Heresy is essential knowledge. It is the foundation of a universe where war is eternal and morality is complex. Choices are never simple. Consequences ripple across galaxies. Ambition, loyalty, corruption, and heroism intertwine on a cosmic scale. From skirmishes to massive battles, the heresy shaped culture, faith, and strategy. Worlds fell or survived, depending on whether strategist, storyteller, or battle enthusiast. The Horus Heresy offers lessons in ambition, loyalty, and sacrifice. The Primarchs and warriors exemplify courage and flaws, teaching that power can corrupt, and even the noblest can fall. Across the galaxy, heroes and villains' stories are preserved to inspire eternal. And so, the saga of the Horus Heresy reminds us, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. The Imperium survives through vigilance, courage, and sacrifice, yet chaos never rests. Every victory, every battle, and every world defended carries the weight of untold sacrifices. Join Warp Lore X Prime for more epic lore, legendary battles, and stories from across the galaxy. Witness heroism, betrayal, and relentless struggle that define humanity's fate. Learn the lessons of loyalty, ambition, and corruption, and immerse yourself in the grimdark universe where war is eternal and history is written in blood, steel, and fire. The story of Horus and the Heresy lives forever.